Coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee, you are watching Kings of Country Rap. I'm Richard Davis. Hey guys, you want to light up the bed of your truck with some bad boy LEDs? Please check out the link below in the description box.
Hey everybody, it's Pookie D, and today we will take a look at how some of the world's biggest hip-hop artists, both past and present, got their names. What's in a name? For rappers, whether they go by their true government name or something with a little more panache. It's often as important as the music they churn out. With artists relying more heavily on their own networks and organically cultivated audiences than record labels, many who call themselves contemporary heavyweights are in fact brand moguls in charge of how they are perceived. We explore how some classic hip-hop figures and some newer visionaries come up with their monikers. Jay-Z. Whether you like your Jay-Z with or without the hyphen separating the first and last syllable, there was a time when Mr. Carter could have entered pop culture significance with his first moniker, Jazzy, as opposed to the name we all know today. Earning the nickname because of the Jay-Z subway station near his Brooklyn home, it wasn't until 1989 that his rap name would change. In 1989, Carter linked up with Jaz-O, whose 1989 single Hawaiian Sophie from his debut album Word to the Jazz had earned him hip-hop success. Featured on the song The Originators, which won the pair an appearance on an episode of Yo! MTV Raps, Jay-Z was born as both a homage to his mentor and childhood nickname. Andre 3000. Prior to Outkast's fourth album, Stank On Ya, the artist we now know as Andre 3000 was simply known as Andre. Or Dre, with Dr. Dre's popularity surging once again thanks to his album 2001, as well as his work on Eminem's The Slim Shady LP, Andre 3000 knew that a name change was vital to differentiating himself from the Good Doctor. While there is no definite answer as to why he chose 3000 as his add-on, it should be noted that Kool Keith used 3000 as a title on his debut album, Dr. Octagonologist. Ghostface Killah. The Wu-Tang Clan are no strangers to showcasing their affinities for martial arts cinema. In director Joseph Koo's 1979 film, Mystery of Chess Boxing, renamed The Mystery of Chess Boxing, on their debut Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chamber, the plot focuses on a kid who looks to avenge the death of his father at the hands of the Ghostface Killer. Rick Ross. Freeway Rick Ross was one of the most notable drug dealers in American history, reportedly making $2 to $3 million a day at his height of his narcotics boom. In order to hide, launder his earnings, Ross bought an auto parts store and a hotel near the Harbor Freeway in Los Angeles called the Freeway Motor Inn, which eventually earned Ross the nickname Freeway Rick. After the real Rick Ross served 9 years in jail for drug trafficking, he was released and sought out $10 million in damages from the Rick Ross who had struck it big in hip-hop. It was dismissed on the grounds of the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, which regards freedom of expression. Among other things, he raps about trafficking in cocaine and brags about his wealth, said Judge Roger Boren. These were raw materials from which Robert's music career was synthesized, but these are not the very sum and substance of Robert's work. Ab-Soul. According to Complex, it's like a real long drawn-out story to it, but it really just kind of comes from Absolute. My little sister was putting on a little stage play production of Dreamgirls. It's a part of where Jimmy Early's performing and he does the Jimmy's got soul, Jimmy's got soul, Jimmy got soul, and the crowd goes wild. He decided to change it to Ab-Soul because Absolute was too simple. And there was already a group called Ab-Soul Sans the Dash. Action Bronson. In speaking with ThisIs50.com, Bronson said, "Graffiti-wise, I used to write action, so I said F it. You could just use that as a rap name. I need a cool last name. Charles Bronson was always one of my favorite actors, so I put Bronson on the end. 2 Chainz. While many casual fans of hip-hop believe that 2 Chainz had a sudden meteoric rise in the genre prior to 2012's Based on TRU Story, which received a Grammy nomination, he'd been plugging away for 15 years under a different rap moniker, Titty Boy. When speaking about his original name, he said, "Titty Boy is not derogatory towards women. I didn't make it up. The name Titty Boy actually came from my big mama, from being spoiled and an only child, breastfed."
Are we really going to put all these titties on the show?
My mama called me Titty Boy. My dad called me Titty Man. My hood called me Tit. So when we was trying to rap, I'd been going by Tit my whole life. Tit, Titty, Titty Man. It's just like a country nickname term for being an only child. As for the switch, he said, in my 8th grade yearbook picture, I had on 2 chains. I'd always been into jewelry like that, so 2 Chainz just stuck.
Why am I only thinking about titties?
Schoolboy Q. While speaking with NPR Microphone Check, Schoolboy Q said of his name's origin, "My name comes from a pimp named Schoolboy. Like from my block, he's a pimp. Well, he used to be a pimp. He's from my hood, too. He's from Hoover." Biggie Smalls, aka Notorious B.I.G. According to Icons of Hip Hop and Encyclopedia of the Movement, Music and Culture, Volume 2, Christopher Wallace got the name Biggie Smalls from the 1975 film Let's Do It Again, which starred Sidney Poitier, Bill Cosby, Calvin Lockhart, with the latter playing a gangster named Biggie Smalls. Due to a court case brought by Lockhart, Wallace was later forced to change his name to the Notorious B.I.G. Tupac. While many assume that Tupac, or Tupac, is a playoff of his real name, this is only half correct. Born Lasagne Parish Crooks, his mother Afena renamed him before his first birthday, taking inspiration from the 18th century Incan revolutionary Tupac Amaru II, who led an indigenous uprising against Peru's Spanish colonizers. And now, saving the best for last, Ryan Upchurch. Born May 24, 1991 in Cheatham County, Tennessee, Upchurch began a career on YouTube in comedy. He started out as Upchurch the Redneck. As time went on and he became more popular with a higher fan following, he began showing his musical talents. Once those talents came into play, Ryan dropped the redneck and started being known as Upchurch. Now Upchurch is known as a comic, rapper, and country music artist.
Hey guys, you want to light up the bed of your truck with some bad boy LEDs? Please check out the link below in the description box.
This is Pookie D. Thank you for joining us on the Upchurch Fan Channel. Kings of Country Rap is a Richard Christian Janus production.